Hey guys, my name is Akshay, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about my plans for BMSA next year, should I be elected as president. Alright, so as I'm sure you all know, BMSA is a fairly new association, and we're in the process of growing. What makes us really cool, well, to me at least, is the unique niche we fit into. We have really close ties with Schulich Medical and Dentistry School, and we're the MedSci Association. BMSA hosts a lot of different types of events. We fundraise for charities like in Relay for Life, which was hugely successful this year. We host volunteer info nights, career info nights, which have been really well received as well. Academic help, such as with the ITR event, and our How to Get a Research Position is always really helpful. I want to improve upon how we help students with research, academic, and volunteer help. I think Nick's been a really great president this year, and I want to build out the foundation he's solidified for the club. There's Nick, there's the foundation, and it's been good. So, first let's get down to research. Well, our How to Get a Research Position info night is always a huge success. Huge success. Rivaling clubs that specialize in research, this is pretty much the only big thing that we do. This year, I've been working really closely with Durop to launch the blog called Behind the Lab Coat, where students share their experiences with research and summarize current studies in easy to understand ways. I think this is really great because it'll grow into something that encourages students to keep up with current literature and foster a genuine interest in science. Further, research experience articles will give students ideas of where to apply to themselves, learning about what it's like there just before diving in. I've integrated this into BMSA this year, and I'd like to grow it further next year. Secondly, and probably the biggest, I really want to change how we tackle helping students academically. My goal is to work throughout the year to compile a series of resources that simplify navigating the confusing academics of MedSci. Confusing path right there. They'll be easily referred to on our website, which really kills two birds with one stone, because it's also a way to increase the lacking traffic to the site. There's two birds, there's one stone, and there is some traffic there. So, what resources am I even talking about? I want to make three things: the thesis wiki, the insider, and increased awareness for joining Kathy's student resources. Applying as a thesis student, there's a lot of luck involved. The actual experience working where you're matched varies greatly, and it's up in the air as to how you'll like it. The only way to know for sure what it'll be like is to talk to someone who's worked there before. I want to remove the luck from this and create a database of researchers, what they study, and possibly have anecdotal experiences written down if we can get them. This is especially relevant to the smaller specialized modules such as epidemiology and MHI, who, based on my conversations with people in the modules, feel very lost navigating uncharted waters and are uncertain about what research they can do in their field and even what to do beyond undergrad. The overall result will be a more informed decision on your fourth year thesis. Second up, what we have here is the insider. See what I did there? The insider. Basically, what it is a compilation of information on courses, how easy they are, how good the profs are, and a little bit about the course content and evaluation. You might be thinking, this sounds a lot like SSC's SciWiki, but this would be more concentrated to MedSci courses, so it'll be easier to update with the rapid and drastic changes that are made to courses. For instance, take the course Path 3240. It was advertised by upper year students as a bird course, but they changed it radically this year, surprising a lot of students. The team working on Insider would meet with a small group from each modules, taking these courses to get current info on how it's going. And, of course, every module, no matter how small, would be represented. Third up, module resource awareness. As we become more reputable as an academic resource, I think we'll get a lot of questions about it. However, Joan and Kathy already have so many resources to simplify the path through MedSci for students. I plan to promote and direct students to them by bringing use of their resources and saving Kathy frivolous counseling drop-in visits. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, Akshay, this is way too much. It's not feasible, and it won't get done. Well, that's why I want to create a new VP position, the VP Academic. And they'd have a big committee to help them work on the big pile of work that I've just created. They'd be using the entire year, carefully scheduled to chip away at this pile. Our exec may seem crowded, but I think that given how many different types of events we do, we could use the extra manpower concentrated here to all these different events we do. Here's all our events, and here's all the VPs, and they'd all be working on different things. So, lastly, I want to try to fit in more volunteering into our yearly schedule. Along with our annual volunteer fair, I want to link BMSA up with an initiative called Mustang Mission. This is a volunteer-a-thon of sorts, where students form teams and travel to different locations around London to donate their time. It lets students get exposure to what it's like to volunteer at each place, and the end result it being a more extreme version of BMSA volunteer, like info event. I like to integrate this into the charity team, where they can fit it into their yearly schedule. As I mentioned before, smaller modules feel a bit uncertain about their thesis options, but also about their careers beyond undergrad being in such up-and-coming but not quite as established fields. As such, I plan to address this by having career and networking nights geared towards each of their modules and what they can do with them. So, I know this is long, but that's all for now. My hand hurts. Thanks, guys. Ask me about anything you're unsure about in the Q&A. Do not be shy.